am taking a nap on the floor as I immediately remembered that we can do some power moves in supine or laying down position. So let's start by laying down on the mat with our legs a little bit wider than they usually are, just like this. My arms are on my side. So this exercise is power up and we're really working our body on lifting against gravity. Gravity will help us stretch our trunk flexors right there and then strengthen our back extensors as we lift our body up straight. And really just the main goal of this exercise, even if you don't lift much, is really digging your heels into the floor and activating through the back side of your legs and hips. Then for the upper body, again with your arms a little bit out to the side, palms facing down, hands open, you're gonna push through your arms and try to lift your chest up from the ground, just like that. And that's the power up on our chest. Hips up in the air for 3 seconds and down. Chest, 3, 2, 1, down. Inhale as you go down. And exhale as you go up. 3, 2, 1, down. And chest again. 3, 2, 1, and down. The next power moves in supine is the rock. So what we're rocking here is our shoulder blades. So we're moving it left and right. Okay, we're rocking our body left and right. And this is helpful also in maneuvering ourselves in the bed. If we want to turn off the alarm clock beside us, we can rock our body to the side and reach out our hands across and over our face, just like that. Open up that hand and follow with your eyes, and then you're gonna switch to the other side. And for this, you're really gonna let momentum help you rock and reach to each side. Remember also to activate through your whole body, so it's not just your arm in your trunk reaching, you're pushing through your leg to get the most rock that you possibly can. So the next power move in supine is the twist. So we want to work on twisting and stretching our trunk muscles, and it's extremely important. Again, make sure that your legs are a little bit wide, hands are gonna be all the way open to the sides, palms facing up, and fingers are spread wide apart. You're gonna take your arm and reach all the way across to clap your hand on the floor. So the floor keeps you honest, okay? You don't have to lift your hand up against the floor as you're doing it. The next power moves in supine is we're gonna move our legs. So in this one, we can put your arms down next to your sides. And we're going to put our legs up so your feet are on the floor. Bring your heels back as close as to your bum as you can. And we're going to step to the side just like this. Step, step, and back to the middle. Out to the side again. Together. Step, step, And then make sure that you're gonna do a big lift and a little bit of a stomp, because you know it will help you really putting a lot of effort in that step movement. And we'll do this for 8 to 10 repetitions on one side. Now we're gonna do the power moves exercises in all fours position, or in quadruped. This position is really beneficial for us in helping us improve our balance and also strengthening. There's also good it is also very relevant to mobility and again getting up and down from the floor, and probably one of the most challenging positions. The first thing we're going to do is the power up. So starting here on all fours, we're going to bend a little through your elbows and hips, and we're going to push up and come up all the way tall. And again, don't lean back. You want to be really tall. Again, we're really working on our posture and alignment against gravity. So we're stretching these muscles in front and strengthening the muscles in the back. Stretching the hip muscles most likely as we go up, and remember to have your head in a neutral, straight direction as you go up. Alright, next one is the steps. So again, make sure that you're lined up well to start with. So the straight position, your back is in neutral, and for this one you're going to do is have to rock to be able to step, and then you're going to step your foot as far forward as you can, and there should be no pain as you do this exercise, okay? So it's also really important to do one big lift. So step and back, step and back. So we're done with our supine power moves. Next is we're gonna do the sitting and standing power moves. But before that, let's do some warm up in some specific joints. So first, sit on your chair, at the edge of your chair, head in neutral, just like this. Legs are wide and in a 45-degree angle. We're gonna do the ankle joint movements. So first, lift your toes up and down just like this. Make sure that your core is straight, your head is in neutral, your knees are not moving, just your ankle joint. Next, we're gonna do the muscles on our legs. So let's lift our heels up like this. Do it for like 8 to 10 repetitions, just to warm up those ankles, your lower leg. So next, if you want a more challenging movement, you can do it alternately. So the other leg is lifting the toes up and the other leg is lifting the heel up together simultaneously, just like this. So this requires a lot of thinking, so it's really challenging. So just make sure that you're doing the movement properly. So as we're raising our heels up, we are activating our gastrocnemius, which is the muscle behind our leg, and as we raise our toes up, we're also activating our tibialis anterior, which is found in the front of our leg. This is thin, long muscle right there, which are all important for walking. Alright, another way to make it challenging is we're gonna use our bands. So I have here a TheraBand, which has a resistance, and I'm gonna put it on my foot down here just to pull it up as I lift my toes up and press it against the band. So this is another way to make the exercise or the warm-up more challenging. So this is for the tibialis anterior. So do the repetition for 8 to 10 times and do it with the other leg as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have finished warming up our ankles. Let's also include our knee joints. So here I'm extending my knee, and I'm gonna extend my knee together with my shoulders right here and elbows. So alternately, I'll extend my knee forward and my other arm forward as well, just like this. We're mimicking a pattern when we're walking. So we're swinging the opposite arm as we step with our opposite leg. So let's do this in 8 to 10 repetitions and our sit in the edge of a chair. Always remember that our fingers are also widely positioned apart. My palms are open. And then I go back to the starting position with my hands on my lap. So we have done our ankles, our knees. Now let's do our hips. So let's include our hips now. What we'll do is just sitting on a chair, the edge of a chair, we're gonna do some high knee marches, just like this. So raise your knees up, your core is maintained in a neutral position, and we're gonna join our shoulder joint as well. So raising my right knee, looking like that from the side. If you're ready to do it standing position, come join me for we're gonna do the high knee marches standing position. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now that we've warmed up our ankle, knees, and hip joint, we are now ready to tackle some obstacles along the way as we're walking. All thanks to the muscle memory that we earned. Okay, now we're done with the lower part. We're gonna do the hips and above. So we're gonna do some neck rotation, trunk rotation, and elbows, shoulder flexion extensions. So here, I'm just gonna move my elbow joint by extending it with my palms open, fingers also extended, just like that. Extend and flex it back up. So I'm just moving my elbow joint, not my shoulders, just my elbow. So we can do this with more challenges by using a band again for resistance. So I'm stepping on this band at the other end, and I'm holding the other end with my hand and pulling it upward towards me. I'm gonna do this for 8 to 10 repetitions on both elbows. Or if you don't have that band, you can use your water bottle, just like here. I have my own water bottle, which is around maybe just a pound heavy, because it's filled with water, so that we are always hydrated. Okay, flex that elbow and do it for 8 to 10 repetitions as well. You can do it in this way if you're also comfortable. And if you're lucky enough to have dumbbell, you can use any dumbbell as long as you can carry the weight of it. Here I have a very light dumbbell, or this is what I'm comfortable using. So now that we've warmed up most of the muscles, let's now do some reaching exercises. Here I am sitting on the edge of the chair with my shoulders extended, finger B's open. I'm trying to reach to the side, looking at something at this side, like my focal point, and then try to look at it as I reach my hand to touch it. And going back to the center position, together my arms, and then open up again and reach to the side as I look at that object. Center, to the side, center, and to the side. So I'm extending my elbows here, and my neck is also following that direction of my hand. So I'm gonna do this for 8 to 10 repetitions on each side. So we're trying to reach as far as we can to the side with our thumbs up facing the ceiling and our fingers are extended and widely open. Alright, so we can also do this in standing position. Right hand up and look at it. Left hand at the back together with your left leg as well. So as you move your left hand back, you also move your left leg at the back with a tiptoe. Just like this. Alright, so here is another one. Another safety option. Go grab a chair, put it beside you, and repeat the movement. But this time, just having a hold onto that chair with your other hand. Also, don't forget our breathing techniques. So when you raise up, inhale, go get that fresh air, and when you go back to your starting position in the middle, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, again, exhale. Alright, after that 8 to 10 repetitions, go switch it up to the other side. Do the same thing. Let's do this again for 8 to 10 repetitions. Extend and looking up and back to the same position. Make sure that you're not extending your spine way back. You're just tilting your head up as you look at your hand that's raised up there. Extend your knees as you extend your elbow. And of course, don't forget the breathing techniques. Good. Next, we will do some torso rotations. Alright, so sitting on the edge of my chair, I will turn my torso or trunk on the left together with my right hand. This movement is really important because when we're walking, there is really slight torso rotation as we swing those arms forward and have that normal gait. Right, so with our fingers widely apart, palms open, elbows extended, let's turn our torso to the other side and reach to that side. And let's make sure that we're not doing this really quick. We're just having a slow and controlled movement just to loosen up that torso. Rotate. Your both feet on the ground, slightly apart, just like mine right here. And turn. So you're gonna count 8 to 10 repetitions for that. Alright, so the next exercise in the chair is the power up. So what we'll do is we're gonna hinge our hips forward just like that, and we're sitting on the edge of our chair as we do this. So this is the side view of how you should look like. Edge of the chair, legs slightly apart just like this for a base of support, and you're gonna hinge your hip forward with your low back straight. And now let's do it with our arms. Diving position, move your arms forward, head in neutral, your back straight. Alright, Forward, hinge your hip forward and reach as far as you can. All right, this is for momentum as we go up and pulse. And slowly down, feel the edge of the chair, and then move up again. As you go up, don't forget to squeeze your bum. Okay, so that was the standing version of power up. So this one is the sitting version. So the same thing, you're gonna move into your diving position, hinge your hip forward, try to reach as far as you can, and move back up. So feel your scapula trying to kiss each other as you extend up and back. All right. For breathing, inhale as you go forward and exhale when you go back. So inhale, 6. Inhale, 7. Inhale, 8. Inhale, 9. Inhale, 10. Alright, so the next exercises that we're going to do in standing is for the balance. So just go grab a chair for safety. Okay, and the leg that's near the chair should be slightly bended because that will be the one that's tested. So just slightly bend as the other one goes to the direction that we want it to be. Alright, forward, north, back, south, right will be the east, and the left side will be the west. Alright, so forward, north, slowly bend that knee, east, south, west. Put your hand on whichever you want it to be, as long as you're comfortable. And to put some challenge, you can use this hand, this free hand, to point the direction and where your foot is going. And then do it to the other leg as well. So this is a fun activity if you have someone giving you orders on which direction to put your leg to. Like somebody shouting at directions like north, then you go put your leg in the north. Point it out to the north. So as you point, of course, your toes are pointed forward, just like that one. So you can also incorporate your finger or your hand, just like what we did with the other leg. And also move your head together to the direction where you're going. So this will challenge your mind because it's also a cognitive, there's also a cognitive aspect to it. Like somebody telling you to go north, south, and those are some power moves that are really helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed, and remember, every movement matters.